There will be double trays on order. Allow time for the things to dry. I've collected all my equipment. I'm now going to double check the infusion rate and dosages with my colleague using my calculator as necessary. Hands for 30 seconds.
To watch you put that in the bin.
I'm collecting some non-sterile gloves from the box. The non-sterile gloves need to be a good fit, not too tight and not too loose.
Go.
I'm going to open my fluid. Open the infusion line, leaving them in the packet. Collect the filter and open it, but leaving it in the packet. Hang on. I'm going to move the syringe across, again open the packet, leave it in the packet. The same with the needle, leaving it in the packet and moving my swabs and flush across too. I'm going to take the fluid from the packet. I'm going to switch off the giving set, close the roller clamp and remove the tubing from the packet without touching the end of the line. I am going to remove the end of the bag, not touching it, and then I'm going to remove the end of the infusion line and put that straight into the bag without touching it. I'm now going to run the fluid through the line as normal practice. Giving myself plenty of space. I've run the infusion through, closed the roller clamp. I have not yet removed the end from the line. I'm collecting the filter, identifying the part to be connected, and I'm now going to connect that to the line without touching the ends.
And go.
I'm going to put the fluid on the trolley and the still covered end in the tray whilst I prepare equipment to flush the side port.
Go.
I'm going to flush the side ports First of all, I'm going to take the end off the normal saline. I'm now going to collect my syringe, again not touching the end, and also collect the needle, again not touching the clean hub. Connect that to the syringe and draw up fluid, not touching the outside of the ampule.
Go.
I've drawn up 2.5 mils to flush the filter. I'm now going to disconnect the needle from the syringe and flush the side ports of the filter. Because the ends have not touched the tray, I do not need to clean them again. That's flushed. I'm going to clamp that line off and flush the other port. I'm going to clamp that off.
And stop.
I'm now going to remove the syringe and discard it onto there for now before clearing up at the end. I'm now going to run the 10% through the filter line. It hasn't been contaminated, so I'm going to pick the line up, open the clamp and run it through the main line. I'm now going to run this through, switching this on. The bung is still on the end of the line, so that is still clean, and I'm holding it over the paper packet to collect any run through. It's now dripping through, so I'm assured it's run through, and I'm going to clamp it off. I'm going to put the filter back in the tray to carry it to the baby. I'm now going to open up my Canal wipes and put them into the tray. I'm putting my Canal wipe in the tray and opening the other one.
Go.
I'm now ready to take the fluid and the tray to the baby.
Go.
The nurse double checker has hung the fluid and put it through the pump at the correct rate, which I have checked. I am now, and has also dropped the incubator door for me so that I don't contaminate my gloves, and opened the portholes for me. My gloves still remain clean. I am now going to connect the infusion to the baby. First of all, I am going to...
Go.
I'm now cleaning the hub, the connector on the baby's line. I'm using friction, I'm rubbing it, and I'm watching the clock. It needs to be cleaned for 30 seconds.
Go.
I've cleaned that for 30 seconds. I'm now going to let it dry naturally, making sure that there's no signs of wetness at all. It now appears dry. I've allowed it to air dry. I am now going to connect the infusion line using a non-touch technique. I've taken hold of the line. I'm now going to remove the end cap and connect the two lines together, screwing it in place. The infusion line is now turned on. I had brought 2 Clinell wipes in case I needed them, but in this instance I didn't need it. I can now remove the tray from the baby's incubator and clear away the waste. My gloves no longer need to be clean, and so I can check that the clamps are undone and that the infusion is turned on and running at the appropriate rate. Before I leave the patient's bed space, it's important to clean the tray so that no bugs are transferred from the incubator to another part of the room. And so I'm going to get a Clinell wipe to wipe this at the bed space. I'm now cleaning the outside of the tray and the inside. It's now clean to be removed from the bed space. This is exactly the same aseptic non-touch technique that you would use for any vascular access device, whether it be a peripheral cannula, a central venous line, a peripheral long line, or an umbilical arterial catheter. Similarly, the process is exactly the same for any type of fluid, whether it be heparin, lipid, Babiven, whatever, it's the same. As a reminder, please make sure that your prescription is correct, that you have completed your fluid chart, and that you've completed the PVD form in the baby's notes.